Brad, we've got our first Ghostrunners conspiracy theory on our hands.
Oh, wow.
And I'm at the center of it.
Okay.
You also might be able to debunk this in 5 seconds. Okay. So yesterday, you forwarded an email along to me.
Yep.
What's that face?
I know exactly what you're going to say. But talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, dude. I know. All right. Go ahead. I have a text. Go ahead.
Okay. He wasn't supposed to text you.
No, he didn't text me.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, I don't know. Talk about it.
Okay. So this email, super helpful email. It's from a listener of ours who's like, hey, I run food trucks full time. I build them out. I will create them and sell them. My full-time job is running this burrito food truck. I've been doing it for over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, this is so helpful. Like, thank you for reaching out. He's got like advice for me. He leaves his phone number. Brad forwards it along. I'm like, I'm going to immediately call this guy right now. The email comes from Knack Baxter. Mm-hmm. Brad sends a screenshot, texts me, and is like, hey, just making sure you see this. Obviously, it's not the real Knack Baxter. Great. So I text this number. Hey, man, thanks so much for the email. Like, would love to hop on a phone call whenever you can. He's like, yeah, I'm free in 10 minutes. I call him. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. Like, this is awesome, dude. Like, that's so cool that you're listening. By the way, like, who am I talking to? And he's like, Nick, or, Knack Baxter. I was like, well, I know that's what you put in your email, but like, who are you, like, actually? He's like, it's me. And I was like, I thought you were like in med school to become a doctor.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I do food trucks.
Why would I waste my time healing people when I could feed them full of burritos?
Yeah. So I was like,
okay.
Let me ask you one question before you get going.
Yes.
Where do you think Knack Baxter lives as well?
Ohio.
Yep. I also thought it was the Middle East.
Okay. So
Upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Okay. So I had the thought. I was like, so I think we had gotten a 5-star review kind of recently from Knack Baxter or something like that. And I was like, that's crazy that somebody's impersonating Knack Baxter.
Yeah.
Because, Knack Baxter has been a fan for a long time.
He was the first Rendell Weaver.
He was kind of, yeah. And his real name is Nicholas Butler, Knack Baxter's. And so I sent Nick Butler this screenshot of this email and it was like, this is wild. Who's impersonating you is what I said to him. So this is my interaction with original Nick Butler, Knack Baxter. And then he responded, the crazy thing is that they created an email for presumably this purpose. The offer seems somewhat sincere though. And I said, my thought is maybe this guy really is named Nick Baxter and he's heard us talk about you, but he thought it was him. So he went with the Knack idea because I'm pretty sure someone also left a review as Knack one time.
Wait, so who did I talk to? The original?
I think, no, you didn't talk to the original. I think you talked to this new guy.
Wait. Okay. So Nick Butler, early fan of the podcast.
And that's the whole thing is like, what if this entire time Nick Butler's been, running interference for somebody? Like
it's been the same guy.
He's completely living a fake. What's the guy's Kyle Hanratty and what's the other guy's name?
What's his name? No one remembers the cop in that movie.
Carl Hanratty.
Frank Abagnale Jr.
Yeah, Frank. Yeah. Yeah, he's like running Frank Abagnale Jr. on this Knack Baxter guy.
To catch me if you can.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to be two Knack Baxters. So you didn't solve the riddle necessarily. You just
I asked plenty of questions too. I was like, explain this. Like who?
Okay, because the original.
Yeah, go from the top. If you've been listening to the podcast for the last year or so, here's the timeline. Sing the timeline song.
Timeline. This is my timeline. Start at the beginning of the podcast. How much would you sell your dog for? Okay, no. The very first, from what we understand, the very first person screen name Knack Baxter's real name is Nicholas Butler. However, this guy who just emailed yesterday in the inbox says it's from Nick Baxter, but then in his like body to you, it says, hey, it's Knack. I think we need to call these guys. We need to get this on the podcast. We need to get some documentation of this going.
So, okay, this is fascinating.
Or is that just crazy awkward?
So it seems like there are two people who at different times have identified as Knack Baxter.
Yes.
One whose last name is Baxter and one whose last name is Butler.
Can you imagine like some girl in random Sacramento, California is named Elizabeth Virgil thinking we've been talking about her the whole time. It's like, what?
Okay, so because I've met Nicholas Butler. I've met him. I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought I was on the phone with the whole time yesterday.
Are you sure?
No.
You know what he looks like?
No. Your name is Harry, isn't it?
Yeah, because original Knack Baxter's a doctor, so we think.
That's what I
Have
thought.
you ever seen him practice law?
Never on me.
I'm sorry.
Or law.
Whatever it's called. Medicine, law.
The law of medicine?
Yes, keep the law. You can't break the law when he's practicing.
You can't break the law.
Yeah.
I saw a bad surgeon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do we... So it's still a little bit of a mystery.
It sounds like we have a very strong theory that there's just two in-period Baxters.
Yes, it seems like one of them is Nick Baxter, one of them is Nicholas Butler, but they both go by Knack Baxter.
And I've now talked to both of them.
Timon, will you give me that like weird effect that makes me kind of like the...
I will, maybe this.
Okay.
Will the real Knack Baxter please stand up?
I forgot I don't have my headphones on. Did it work?
Yeah?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah.
It was so cool.
I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
I was sitting here without headphones on.
Like,
Like,
what are you
sounds the
doing
same.
here? Yeah.
Sound the same.
Oh man, that's crazy, dude. Okay, two knacks. Who'd have thought?
It was as helpful as the phone call was. I mean, you can imagine. I'm just like very confused the whole time. I'm just like, none of this is adding up. I really think you're a doctor.
So did you ask that specific
Oh
question?
my gosh, yes. I was very forthcoming in my confusion.
Yeah.
Like, no, who are you actually? It's Knack Baxter.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
You've been doing food trucks while med school? No, I've never been in med. I don't know why you guys always say that. I'm not in med school. I was like, well, I'll have to check with Brad because I really thought that.
How quickly did the conversation end after you were like, okay, well, I guess that's it? Or was this at the beginning?
That was at the very beginning because I was like, all right, who am I actually talking to? I want to know your real name. Turns out it's Knack.
I love the idea of some other guy being like, yeah, my name's Rendell Weaver. And like, you know,
that's me.
just impersonating people. There's somebody on Facebook that's Santo Mac on our Facebook
Yeah,
group.
it's true.
Just have famous people that you impersonate on the, all of a sudden no one knows who's who.
It'd be funny if someone like reaches out next week. It's like, hey, my name's Timon Imsh. And then I get legitimately confused. Timon's like, dude, it's me. Well, there's two of them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
How do I know who to believe? Me, dude. You've been to my house. I thought I was at your house.
Yeah, you hired those people. That's crazy. It's messed up, dude.
Some of them looked a lot like you, too.
Yeah, you made us drive really far to get to your house just for some impersonations.
Didn't even get to sit on the horses.
Finally, had my full circle moment with Timon. I feel like so many ghosties have had it. Was at church the other day, reading Acts, and who should show up? Timon.
What?
In the original...
in
the list of the Bible.
Who should show up at church?
And there's Timon up on stage being like, our reading today comes from Acts chapter 2.
Like, that is a full circle moment.
No,
He was at your church.
Yeah, deacon ordination and the original deacons. Timon right there. And pastor pronounced it right. He did not say Timon.
Timon.
Look at that.
So congrats, Time.
Yeah, you go to Iglesia, they say Timon.
Timon, Jacobo. Yeah, whatever. So, wonder what
fun.
Brad would be like in Spanish. Just brah. They just wouldn't do the D. Hey, brah.
Right.
Brad. Brad. Brad.
That sounds nice.
Brad. Does
Hake.
it? Hake.
Is that me?
Jacobo. Hake. Jackie. Jackie.
I still remember that one time, Chipotle 2020. Yaki? Order for yaki? Like, that's not even the Spanish pronunciation of the J.
Hot
That's
Cheetos
your
and
own.
Yakis. Hot Cheetos and Yakis. Oh man, I'm still tripped up. I thought you were gonna have answers for the Knack Baxter thing.
No, dude. It was like, this is pretty confusing, but there's other stuff I want to get to in this phone call. So,
Yeah. So was it a productive phone call?
yes, it was.
You encouraged by it?
Yeah, it was really helpful. It was just like such tangible help. You know, it wasn't like I was talking to someone in real estate who like knows people who kind of help. It's like this guy who does exactly what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
so
And he's
Really
not
helpful.
stationary. Did you say that? Like,
Yeah, and he does stationary food trucks.
yeah.
So yeah, it's about as helpful as of a person as it could be.
Yeah. Took you long enough. Knack.
I think it's all in God's timing. If I had started this in June, I mean, as busy as summer's been, I think it's all going to work out. Anyway, yeah, we'll figure it out. There'll be Bondi updates. I mean, for now, it's like starting to get chilly a little bit. Nothing is going to happen this winter, but March, April, stay tuned for updates. Holler if you want to be in charge of the whole thing. Hey, there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube right now. Not as much on audio. A lot on YouTube right now.
Not as much on audio because I'm keep taking drinks. My delicious Main Street Roasters.
That's right.
Yes. Hey,
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah. 83 of you are already coming to Napa Knee, and we want more. Jake?
We're not done.
We're not done. No, we genuinely, like, as we were planning this, we're like, I bet 50 people come to this thing, and we've already got 83 people signed up, which is so exciting, so encouraging. I think at least 7 people from Canada are coming.
No way.
Which is really cool.
Wow. Border hopping.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, we talked on the phone. We're like, all right, before we talk to Main Street Roasters, what should we give them as like an estimation? And I think I was like, I don't know, 50 to 100, but more so just like 50. Actually, just 50 is the estimation, I think.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if we get much higher than that. And then, I mean, we had 50 almost before the podcast episode came out announcing it.
That was crazy. Yeah, I made the website and just was like, I don't want to
Friday
forget to
or something.
Yeah, make this go live. So I'll just, yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
There you go. Don't cover up Main Street Roasters though. There you go. I just made the website and just kept it live because I was like, no one goes on our website just randomly, do they? And sure enough, they do. Multiple people signed up for the VIP before it was ever announced. So, we're doing it. And we added another VIP, which is already sold out. So sorry if you're listening to this being like, oh, cool. But we're excited to see you guys all there. It's going to be a lot of fun and just a lot of good times with the Ghosties. Talked to Samuel Carmel the other day on the phone about doing some games. And he's just
games maker.
He's just a fun guy, man. I'm just excited to see him and see so many other Ghosties there. So, should be great.
That'll be real fun. It was so cool to see the VIP sell out before we'd announced it. People just perusing merch and buying those tickets. And it should be really fun. Little pickleball, little hang-in, little breakfast, little lunch, little dinner, unrecorded podcast.
A lot of coffee. Little this, a lot of coffee.
A lot of.
I will not be able to sleep that night. You know? So
I had a lot of people saying, Jake, you should bring your granola to Main Street Roasters. If we were driving there, I absolutely would.
I've thought about driving myself.
Really?
Personally.
You want to take a tub of Nola with you?
Yeah. What if maybe it would fit in the back of my truck, but I would assume I just put it in like the bed of my truck. What if out of nowhere, like the lid flies off and it just looks like bees just like swarming out.
It would look exactly like the original Twister. I feel like that's what they had. They had like those containers full of the, Dorothy little things.
Yeah.
What's it called? Storm.
I might bring some
hopping.
Nola.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What makes you want to drive?
I calculated it out. First of all, I kind of like driving in general.
Right.
To an extent. And I calculated it out and I was like, I think if we flew, it'd be like 8 hours, give or take. And if we drove, it'd be like 10. And I'm like, I don't hate the idea of driving. So I don't know.
Cool.
I did not love, and granted, this was a little bit different, but I did not love the 4:15 wake up call, back from Colorado. Like that was just a rough, it was just like,
that day sucked.
I don't like flying very much. Like, I mean, because I've traveled a lot recently, but that was the only time so far that I've driven. And it was like, the only time that I've flown. And I was like, flying is just kind of annoying. Like it, and so is driving to an extent, but like.
Yeah. I tried not to like bring it up too much on the podcast because it just sounded like champagne problems. But
yeah,
I mean, this whole tour, I swear, we never had a direct flight to our first stand-up comedy tour, our first destination. So it was like a 6 a.m. flight just to get to Charlotte and then fly back to Salt Lake City. It was always opposite directions. It was always crazy early. Like Isaac driving, just so many memories of Isaac driving to my house when it's still dark out.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold, getting in my car and us driving to the airport. Just a lot of those. And then the last day of the tour, Sunday morning, also waking up at 6 a.m., missing church, So
yeah, dude.
You get tired of it.
Yeah. I was tired of it quick. And I think we talked about the schmores of like signs you're best friends with somebody and you're like, you can drive in the car with them and not talk. And I think we did plenty of that. I think you and Isaac, I understand why you never talk. Cause it's like, what's there to talk about right now? We're
I'll
tired.
see you all weekend. So with that said, Timon, 6:05 flight a week from today.
Sweet.
to Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah. Vegas. I love telling people because I just, in the pickleball world, people are always talking. I love that one video. You guys going to any more tournaments? I'm like, yeah, we're actually going to Vegas mid-October. And then they don't even ask. I just love bringing it up. I bring up also our videographer is an 18-year-old homeschooler. We're bringing him too. Like he's never left the driveway before, and we're bringing him to Vegas.
Yeah,
I love telling people. They're like, that's awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, you think this is hot timing? Well, yeah,
I did. It's like 108 there, so it's gonna feel like it.
Yeah, let's talk about Arizona. Speaking of hot,
yeah. I did not know. So we're down there like September 28th. I didn't think it would be as hot as it was.
You thought maybe September's kind of fall there.
Yeah, maybe the leaves are turning. The
cactuses are changing. Yeah.
The cactus still bright green.
The cacti, yeah.
So it got up to 112 the day we were there. But I did see the forecast beforehand, and this is just how dumb I am. So I was like, 112, humidity only 9%.
Dry.
That may not be that bad.
No.
It was.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
Spoiler.
112.
Still pretty hot.
Because it's like, they have the feels like. And a lot of times in Kansas, it's like 93 feels like 102. There, it'll just say 112 feels like 112.
It's exactly what it is. Still hot. It's like an oven.
It's not going to be like, feels like 68. It doesn't go down.
The breeze didn't really like die down the temperature. So yeah, and so we flew down there to do a couple different things. One was the guy that we previously collabed with, that pickleball guy. He's one of like the biggest pickleball creators. Awesome guy. I talked about it before and how awesome I think he is. But he just launched that pickleball school, his own little e-course.
Which pickleball school?
Exactly. That pickleball school. So one of the things he wanted us to do, he hit us up a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, I wrote this whole script for like a who's on first type script, you want to get better at pickleball? You should join that pickleball school. Which pickleball school? No, not which pickleball school. That pickleball school. Who's pickleball? No, it's that pickleball guy. Which pickleball?
Yeah.
This whole thing really well written. So it was like, hey, why don't we just come down to Phoenix? We'll shoot that with you at your backyard court. And if you want to help us out and maybe put us on your YouTube channel, we'll do some stuff with you. And so really mutually beneficial. We flew all the way down there, had a blast. It got me so excited for Vegas with the boys.
Yeah.
Because this was only a 24-hour trip. But I just feel like we made so many memories, had so much fun. I mean, just the little stuff. I mean, Scott's obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter right now.
That's a singer?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for asking that question.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Is she don't tell me? It's something about espresso?
Something about espresso.
Just called espresso?
That's the song. And it's not old by any means, but it's been out 5 months. You would have thought it came out 5 days ago, though. Scott's like, every time we're in the car, put on espresso. We're in the house. He's like queuing up YouTube, just putting espresso on the TV.
YouTube. He's like, I know they'll have it on there. We'll have to listen to an ad, I think. But
yeah, we listened to it in Kyle's house. Went out, played a game of pickleball, came back in. It was still playing. We're like, oh, we're on some like hour video. It was like an hour loop of espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. So there's stuff like that. Isaac can't stop farting the whole time. It's just good times with the boys.
The boys. Yeah, once you're married, you miss those times a little more. Like it's like, this is fun, man.
Yeah,
you guys don't understand.
Dumb and
yeah.
So yeah, that was really fun.
Wait, can we talk a little bit more about Scott's abusing of song? Because I just
obsessed.
He's done that for his entire life, and I think that's a little bit of a disservice to the rest of the people listening to the songs. Because now you're gonna never listen to that song again.
Yeah,
is that true?
You ruined it for me.
Yeah, it's like I like that Coldplay song, Scott. And then we listened to it 28 times in a row, and now I'll never want to listen to Talk ever again in my entire life.
Scott won't be caught up with this podcast episode by the time Vegas happens, Timon. So you'll definitely he won't know that we're saying this. And so he'll definitely be on some song kick when we're there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be like some Smash Mouth song.
Scott, what a guy, man. Yeah, just a goober in all senses. But
it was great. But yeah, Phoenix, really hot.
Yeah.
Just so hot the whole day. I brought like 6 t-shirts for a 24-hour trip, and I'm glad I did. Went through all of them.
Wow.
Kyle's
so you were filming some videos for his channel, some videos for yours.
Exactly. one video that we shot, we kind of wrote it on the fly, which if you're going to go all the way there, you should probably like have a video in mind. And we did. I mean, I came with like 5 different premises, but then one thing leads to another. And we really liked this idea. And so we had this local guy shoot it for us. And I was like, I think this is a good video. I'm kind of like directing the whole thing. And I'm like, I think he's getting the angles we want. I can't really see, whatever. And then I sent all the footage to Timon. It said something like, go crazy, Scorsese or something. Because it's kind of like this horror.
Wait, is that a phrase that people say?
I think I just made it up for the first time.
That is awesome.
That was amazing.
That needs to be like see you later, crocodile. See you later, crocodile.
For
Go
example.
crazy, Spielberg. Go crazy, Scorsese sounds amazing.
That
dude.
is so.
I didn't realize what I said.
I don't think you didn't rhyme. I would have noticed.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
even
an
text that
amazing
to you.
phrase.
Yeah.
Go crazy, Scorsese. you just revolutionized a generation.
Revolution. Brad, why were you late this morning? Oh, sorry. Bo was crazy Scorsese this morning.
Bo was going crazy, Scorsese. Golly.
Brad hasn't said it right once yet.
Go crazy, Scorsese. That is so fun to say.
Go
we got
crazy Scorsese.
That's our Do Less God Bless right there.
We found it. We found it. We can't say it, but we can type it and we can put it on a shirt.
The Go Crazy Scorsese Tour. Get your tickets today. Classic. This is Trey right here.
This has got to be us. Go crazy Scorsese. Sponsored by
Main Strazy.
Main Strazy.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, go crazy, Scorsese. Oh my God.
New bags. What do you think?
Hot bags. Nice bags.
Red, white, and blue is going to be, I think, our main one, but this one's nice too.
I like the looks like it's waterproof.
It does look like that.
Is it?
It looks like a nice golf bag.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got to be.
Nice, man.
You just tell by the look.
All right, so you said go crazy, Scorsese.
And Timon did. And he texted to me last night, and I just said, like, all caps is the best video I've ever seen. I texted to Kyle just like 20 minutes ago, and he said, this is the greatest pickleball ever created. When does this go live? I said we might enter it into some film festivals. So
Yeah.
the video's been out for a few days now because this is coming out on Monday. But anyway, Timon did great.
So which one is it? What's it about?
So it's about how the premise, you do it so daintily. The premise is how if a pickleball video goes viral, there is a 100% chance that there are offended tennis players in the comments. Like,
Oh, yeah.
You can't have one without the other. And so the idea was just like, dude, you know that fun pickleball video I posted? Like, people are really liking it. Like, how many views does it have? Like, it just hit 100,000. And then like total vibe shift, like the colors change, the music gets creepy. And it's like, oh no, what? They're here.
Yeah.
Who's here? The tennis players.
Yeah.
And then inside of the house is the comment section. Me and
Oh,
Kyle
okay.
are locked out. We can't get in.
Okay.
And then it's like Scott and Isaac. They're like, you see their shadow come in their silhouette, I guess, kind of come on the floor of the, how do I describe it? Scorsese.
Shadow on the floor.
You see like their rackets banging on the window. The door creepily opens. They have like creepy smiles. And then they just start commenting just like all sorts of comments you would see. Just
Right.
like, good luck playing a sport for the elderly. I've never even played and I could go pro. Gay. Just stuff like that. And then so it's just like really creepy and funny. And Scott's on the toilet at one point. And then at the end, it like cuts back to us. And we're screaming, stop it. They're like, oh, hey, dude, look, 2 million views. Oh, wow. Thanks, guys, for the money.
Yeah, right.
See you next video.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for making us famous here.
So the video is really solid as long as people watch it. It's always hard when it's like, this gets really good. Hopefully you stick around.
I know. Well, I was watching. I don't watch him that often, but I know that Timon, you like him a lot. Dax Flame.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His video. I mean,
What do you think? Real or no?
oh, like is he like his personality?
Like, is it a character or is it autism?
Oh, it's a character.
Yeah.
Gotta be right. What do you guys think?
Oh no, I'm very much opposite.
Oh, really?
It's him. That's what I.
Oh, I think it's less funny if he's
I
really like that.
I think it's funny either way, but I also thought it was for sure a character, and now I am the other way. I don't think it is.
I've flipped, flopped, and then flipped again. I went, this has to be a character. And then I start looking through like his old YouTube videos like 14 years ago or whatever. I'm like, he acts exactly the same. There's no way he's been a character for 14 years. So I'm like, yes, this is just like, whatever. This is just who he is. But then more recently, I'm like, the way he's editing these videos, like he's trying to be funny.
I have noticed that like the edits, it's like maybe he's catching on to what's like funny.
He's evolving.
Just in like the editing, but just not in what he's saying.
$1,000 time. $1,000 I'll bet you that he's a character.
How do we prove it though?
I will call him up and he'll be like, "What's up?" And I'll be like, "Hey Dax." He'll be like, "Hey, what do you need?" I'll be, "It's the real Dax Flame." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
It's Knack Baxter. It's Knack Daxter.
Yeah, it's Dax Flamester.
I remember there's a video of Bo Burnham like right after meeting him, and he's just like baffled. He's like, he is either just like this. I just can't understand this guy. He's either the biggest genius of all time or like just like I don't get it.
Or maybe just a normal guy.
It was after just like talking to him. I don't know.
Well, I'll just say I watched one of his videos recently. It was one where he was like proposing to his friend. You see that one?
Yeah, just like in a bunch of different locations for
yeah,
reactions.
to just like make people happy around them. Like just like he would just go and propose, and then like he would see somebody be like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and be like, "So did that make you happy?" Like interviewing it, and it is. I mean, talk about like keeping their attention. Like it feels like he doesn't care if he keeps your attention or not. Like,
yeah.
Every once in a while, like halfway through that video, he just did like a panorama of his friend just like looking out at this beautiful scenic sunset, and then it kept going the rest of the video, and it's like. That's such a bold move, but at the same time, that's his whole brand. And so it's like, just let him watch.
Yeah, every now and then it'll cut to him just like adjusting his shirt, just in the middle of a stand-up comedy video. Just like,
yeah, exactly.
A few seconds of that, and then it'll cut back to him like in his house. So those were some jokes I wrote. Not all of them got laughs, but
interesting, Timon.
I think like it might be a bit of like a relief if somehow it's like he is in character, but I don't think he is.
Really?
I think he could be playing some things up, but I think it's very much rooted in like how he actually acts.
Do you know that Timon has the top comment on like multiple of his posts?
That's how I know that he liked them. Just because, he commented something one time.
Yeah, I have one that has 30,000 likes, I think.
Wow.
Which for a comment is quite a bit.
How does that feel? Like, because I've never been a commenter, but that would be a rush that I would pursue again.
It's pretty fun, but it's also like for this one, it feels like I don't know if I deserved this because he just says in the video like he's doing stand up and he's like says this thing like whatever, and then clap your hands if you relate, and then like a couple people are like, and so I just commented and then clap your hands if you relate, and I got 30,000 likes. I don't know if I deserved that.
So you just quoted the video.
I just quoted the video, but anyway,
because there's been a few times, Jake, when you've commented something on a video, like maybe like a Sports Center or something. You remember that back in the day? And I remember like not knowing that you commented and then reading the comments and seeing like you had a top comment. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't seek Sports Center out. But every now and then, if you open Instagram, it's like 8 seconds ago.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
be funny, think of something. So that's happened. But I used to have post notifications on for Tony P. And I would get in there. Okay. I had the top comment. I mean, at one point I was like 10 for 12.
Oh, nice.
I was all over it.
Yeah.
And then,
it's fun to find an account to like turn on the notifications. Like that's for Dax Flame. That's why I would ever. That's whatever.
Here, kind of on the same vein of like just like looking at one person's profile, but then seeing somebody else Aaron Weber, comedian, Nate Land podcast. He has this like story highlight thing where he like talks about different
TV Too High.
Yeah, have you seen this?
There's a whole subreddit called r/TV Too High.
Oh, okay,
because it's a common thing.
So funny, and so it's like all these different, all these different locations, all these hotels, Airbnbs, where the TV's either like too big for where it is, or too high, or too low, or whatever. So he's like ranking all these different things, and then I'm going through this story because I'm like, this is pretty funny.
I love it.
And then the very last one on there is Caleb Lee, Ghosty Caleb Lee. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
And it's from his Airbnb in Branson.
Yeah.
Where the TV was practically touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
And and so he's like ranking now Caleb's TV height. Like,
yes.
And it was so fun to just like be entertained already by Aaron Weber's story, and then all of a sudden be like, holy cow, I know this guy. Like,
Caleb Lee.
That's crazy.
That's our trip.
It was
he told me that night at Social Birdie. He's like, Aaron Weber, you know what he does or whatever. And he's like, I sent him a thing. It's like on his story right now. I was like, dude, that's amazing.
It was awesome. So
I thought you were going to say the one he did most recently is he just had a baby. And so he was ranking the TV in the labor and delivery room.
Oh, dude.
He was like, experience 10 out of 10, but the TV, whatever. He was still ranking it.
Dude, that TV sucks. That TV is the worst. At least maybe they've upgraded in the last 4.5 years since I've had Bo in the hospital. But it was like it had a lot of channels, but they were all like what's the standard definition? Like you could barely, like during March Madness with Hattie, we couldn't even see the score. It was like, what is happening here? So
it's always wild when you're in any spot, a comedy club green room, a hospital, a restaurant, and the TV doesn't really work. It's like, how is that such? How do you not fix that?
That's like your one source of entertainment in a hospital.
Every customer, every patient, every client, however you word it, they all look at this and they all think this place is kind of crappy, I guess, if I can't really see the score.
Yeah.
TVs are so cheap, just buy a new TV.
It was like the cable though. It was like, because did you feel like once we went to HD, the standard definition all of a sudden got like unwatchably bad?
I don't know.
Like pre-HD, I was totally fine watching my shows on TV. And then HD came along and then it was like, the opposite of HD was like super pixelated all of a sudden.
It just got, lowered everything else.
I don't know. But anyway, it was rough. It was a rough time. And the internet was terrible there. We were in the hospital for 3 weeks with Hattie and it was a rough time. So,
couple of things to wrap up the Phoenix trip. Yeah. One, just so excited for Vegas. Kyle's the man. I mean, for multiple reasons, but one, so I would like to think when I play sports, I would consider myself a pretty like cerebral player because I'm not the most athletic. I have to make up for a lack of athleticism with thinking harder than the other person I'm playing. After spending a day with Kyle, I was like, oh, I don't know anything about pickleball. Like the difference in me and a brand new player is the difference in me and Kyle. I feel like.
Tell me more.
There's just so much to learn about high level pickleball and strategies and thoughts and just like things, like I think when I thought I was doing a strategy, it was just like, let's try to dink more. That's the strategy.
Third shot drop.
Let's drop more instead of driving. That's the strategy. And his words, like, there was just so much to learn. I was like, this is awesome. Now I wish I was better at pickleball so I could like do all these, but it was just great. He's just an expert at what he does and a really good teacher. And
sounds like you should get his course.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Thatpickleballschool.com, I'm guessing is what it is.
So can you remember any specific examples of like one thing he was like, one level past you in thinking about?
Yeah, there were different types of just like, so one strategy was like, a lot of people think like you either need to be aggressive or passive. And it's just kind of this on-off switch. He was like, these next few points, he brought over 2 other guys that are like me and Isaac's skill level. And then he kind of coached us for his video on like how to beat them. And so he's like, all right, these next like 8 points, your offense is going to be counterattacking. So it's kind of opposite how you think of it. Like instead of you being the aggressor, instead of you speeding the ball up at the net, your offense is waiting for them to speed it up. And you're just like sitting fastball, kind of what you do really well, just waiting to punch it back.
Yeah. Like bring it on.
Yeah, he was like, so you're passive. You're almost like inviting them, like, please speed the ball up on me because you're so ready for it. And that is your offense. That's how you score points.
Okay.
I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
Been played 4 years. Never once thought of that. Never heard of that before. Never come across my desk.
But you're not necessarily purposely trying to get them to smack it at you.
Yeah. You don't want to give them super attackable balls where they just put it away at you. But like if you dink a ball that's like net high, you are kind of like hoping like maybe they'll speed this one up. I'm so ready to pounce on it a little bit.
Yeah, like the baseball analogy is good. Like
you're
always expecting fastball and you can adjust for the slower pitch.
Yeah.
You can't adjust for the fastball if you're thinking slower pitch.
Go Crazy Scorsese.
I love that. I love that so much.
I'm glad I said it.
Guarantee you by the time this comes out, we have a shirt that says Go Crazy Scorsese. Guarantee you.
Maybe a few options too.
I think so. I did update our website with new merch, similar designs, but fall like hoodies and sweatshirts.
Fun.
If you're interested.
Good idea.
Thanks, man. Also a new colorway for Chiefs.
Kenton Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. So check it out.
Last thing about Arizona trip is it was a healthy day for me. One, Kyle's a great host. Had a lot of electrolytes for us. I've never used Element before. You ever like Element? It's just salt, basically.
Yeah, I'm a Redmond guy.
Redmond?
Yeah,
like dip.
Relight. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Relight.
Yeah.
Anyway, he also made us smoothies. That was awesome. Real nice guy. And then lastly, he invited us to cold plunge. He has a cold plunge. I'd never done one before.
And?
I wrote down the 5 stages of a cold plunge.
Okay.
My first time doing it.
Paint me a picture of what kind of cold plunge we got here.
This is I think it's pretty nice because he said I would have never paid for this, but they sent it to me for free.
Nice.
Kind of thing. So it's nice. I don't think it was crazy cold. It was like in the 50s.
Okay.
Stark contrast from 112.
That's got to be pretty cold.
Oh. I was cold.
I don't know what the standard is, but 50 seems, too much less than that, and it's frozen. Do you know that? 32 degrees is freezing. It'd be a block of ice.
So actually, I think Isaac has a video of me, so maybe I can have him send it to you, Timon, and you can just overlay that while I'm talking about it. But stage one, from what I remember, this is just my experience. Stage one of a cold plunge is anger. This is similar to the stages of grief, but you don't have denial. You just go straight to anger.
You're like, I know I'm mad.
I put my left foot in there and immediately, like, not even trying to be funny, but just like involuntarily, I said, why do people do this? What's the point of this? Oh my gosh. Because like I had just seen Isaac just chilling there.
Oh yeah.
The 5 minutes before me, I was like, that looks awesome. I'll just go in there and knock it out. And I was angry. I was like, this is so dumb. It's not that bad out here. I'll just hang out outside. Stage two is kind of the information stage. Because from there, I'm like starting to put my second foot in. I'm like, Scott, remind me, what are the benefits of this? What do people do this for? What are like kind of you said like flow in the body or something, you know?
Yeah.
And so he's like spouting off like benefits to the cold plunge. I'm like, okay, good. I needed to hear that. Okay, good. Yeah, inflammation. Okay, good. Yeah. Stage three, I call it bite the bullet, or suck it up. And that's when you go below the equator.
Yeah.
You get your equator below the water.
Yeah. Get to stage three as quick as possible. I think. I think don't think about it too much. Because the more you think about it, the more you're going to delay stage three.
Exactly. And that's what I realized, like I have to just go down. And so I dipped myself in there. And then stage four, pretty quickly, 30 seconds in, I started to feel my toes going numb a little bit. So that's stage four. And you think, oh, that's kind of a weird sensation. But there's less pain now that it's numb.
Yeah.
And then stage five, I call it Lamaze. I was just... just like pregnancy breathing. Just trying to like stay calm. That's what I went through. And it was a lot. But then I didn't hate it. I went back later in the day, did another cold plunge.
Oh, you did?
It was a healthy day for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So much pickleball, still ran my mile, smoothies, electrolytes, cold plunge.
Dude, I would love to have a cold plunge in my house. Yeah. I think it'd be awesome. I kind of want to get just like a big tub for winter. Because, it's cold enough here. Yeah. People do that all the time. In like Michigan, there's like, the water's 38 degrees. Here we go. And like, you seen those guys do that kind of stuff? Like, I would love that. I think there's tons of benefits to that. What was that?
Not bad.
Your
it was
play
this
up or
thing
something?
Underneath that's supposed to hide the cord a little bit.
It just exploded.
Now they can see the cord.
Great. Now they know we use cords. Yeah. Cover it up with Main Street Roasters. I feel like when I've experienced you in uncomfortable situations, I feel like you go to one extreme or the other as far as like you talk it out a lot or you don't talk at all.
Yeah, I was talking.
Yeah.
I was upset at everybody for leading me to slaughter like this. I had no idea how bad it was going to be.
But it does make your muscles like you're not sore afterwards.
Yeah, it did feel like good recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, did a lot that day. Felt fine.
That's awesome.
So it was great. Yeah, it was just fun. Kyle's the best. He's got a mate. He's like basically becoming a pro pickleball player. So he just works out at his house every day. He's got a pickleball court in his backyard every day, cold plunges every day. Like this, Scott said, dude, if I was single, this is exactly how my house would look. It would look exactly like this.
Oh, Scott, if you were single, you'd be making $15 an hour doing nothing. But I don't know. I'm just kidding, Scott. That's fun, man. That's great.
So shout out them. Shout out Main Street Roasters too.
Shout out Main Street Roasters. I've run out of beans from Main Street Roasters. It's a sad day. If only there was a way to conveniently order more. Oh, wait, there is.
Online.
It's called the internet. It's called mainstreetroasters.com. They have like a million varieties of coffee at your fingertips, at your disposal. So order yours today. Use our promo code GRKC for 10% off.
Don't pay full price, folks.
And come visit them alongside of us in Napanee, Indiana, Saturday, October 26th. It's going to be a blast of a time, guys.
Oh, you're not much of a coffee girl? You're more of a K-cup
guy?
Mm-hmm. How about Jamaican Me Crazy?
How about it?
How about Highlander Grog? Ooh, that sounds like a bad guy.
That sounds like one of those like Irish songs that you...
They also have Colombian Supremo. That sounds like a certain cut of something.
Oh, you got the Colombian Supremo.
Oh, okay. Not
nice.
bad. Yeah.
That's a
How'd you get that across the border?
Yeah.
The Costa Rican K-Cup. Okay. Pura Vida. Ethiopian. Yirgachefe.
I don't know how you pronounce that. Yirgachefe. I like that though.
That seems like it would be strong and good.
I don't know how to pronounce Yirgachefe, but I like Yirgachefe.
I bet I could figure out how to taste it.
I do enjoy it a lot. Yeah.
So there's something for everybody is all I'm trying to say. Latte girl.
Something for everyone. Go. And you need to get it all at mainstreetroasters.com.
Good.
GRKC, 10% off. Jake, I can't believe I didn't tell you the story last week. This is one of the more just, it's not that crazy of a story, all things encompassing, but it's also like one of the craziest things that could happen to somebody in Kansas City.
And it happened to you?
And it happened to me. So opposite of cold plunging, once again, I was in the steam room. This was like 2 weeks ago at Lifetime. And I don't know why I didn't tell you this last week on the podcast. 2 weeks ago, I'm just hanging out there by myself. I'll try to paint you a little bit of a picture. I know Jake's been to the Lifetime steam room. He said this is hell on earth, I think is what he described.
Yeah, the 3 heats.
But it's kind of an L shape. But so like you walk in and it's got a long part of the L, and then there's a little more in the corner that's a short L. Does that make sense, Timon? We following so far? So I'm kind of in the corner by the short L, okay? It's a little bit important to know this. And if you don't go to the steam room, like I think I explained a couple weeks ago, but like you have to like get the steam going sometimes. So I get in there and the steam's not going yet. And so it's not super steamy, not super foggy.
Vision is solid there. Good visibility.
We'll call it a 25% fog, so it's still a little bit like
Highlander
musty.
fog.
Highlander fog. And I'm hanging out in there, often not trying to be too Jesus-y here, guys, but I like to pray while I'm in the steam room. That's when I was praying for Henry to poop the other day.
Habit stacking. I just learned about this.
Yeah, Atomic Habits. Very good.
Who?
James Clear's book.
I think you said Tom's. Oh, Atomic.
Atomic Habits is like where I heard about
Tom Haverford. Tom Habits is.
I call habit stacking. I don't know. Getting in there with your habits. Anyway, hanging out there, praying, close my eyes, but then I hear the door open and I open my eyes to get distracted. And I'll just say this, Jake. Out of all the people in Kansas City, this would be the one I think is the biggest punchline of somebody who could walk in.
Jackson Mahomes.
Jackson freaking Mahomes.
I knew it.
Jackson Mahomes walked in to the steam room while I'm just sitting there by myself.
Nudo?
I had a towel on, but like.
Wait, what were you praying for?
Yeah, exactly. God. Go Crazy Scorsese. No, dude.
Send me a sign, God.
And it wasn't that foggy yet. So it was him. And so if you don't know, Jackson Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes' little brother. Got some crazy
Scorsese's.
Crazy Scorsese's about him. Kind of an interesting guy. Gets made fun of a lot for various reasons. We're not going to get into all that. Look him up if you want to. But he walks in, and I think because he's Jackson Mahomes, because he's kind of well known, I think he wants to be in the corner, like kind of,
Big Dad's in the corner, though.
Bro, he sits so close to me. I mean, like, not like crazy close, but like.
This happened 2 weeks ago and you didn't mention it.
I know. You could probably fit 10 to 12 people in this steam room, and I bet he sits one space. Like there could be somebody that sits in between us, but like, that's it. It's like, why are you sitting right here?
He took the urinal next to you in an empty bathroom.
Yes, that's a great analogy for it. And the whole time I'm like, do I say something? How do I?
Good Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm like, everything I can think to say to him is just me talking about his brother. And I'm sure he gets that all the time. And so I didn't say anything. He had his phone, which is a psycho move in a steam room.
Yeah, both.
It's basically just a bunch of water in the air.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he's just always on his phone. So I didn't stare at the guy.
Were you like, TikTok?
Also, for the record, not that this matters, but he was not nudo.
Okay.
He had a towel and undies on.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm saying undies, but
no, he did.
Just a crazy thing, like because like I was just so surprised to even see him in public. Like, why you would think that Patrick has his own steam room in his house that you can just go to?
Maybe,
but what's he doing?
Maybe he doesn't want Jackson steaming up.
Maybe
in there.
He's excommunicating Jack.
Steam on your own time.
Go Crazy Scorsese. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
It was wild. Yeah. So I was in there for a while longer, got out, and I think he was in there forever. I don't know how long that dude's steaming, but.
You've never seen him in Lifetime before?
No, I hadn't.
Wonder what else he's up to.
I told Will, my friend Will Severns, about this, and Will Severn's brother is the one who runs the Chick-fil-A in Lenexa. And he's like, oh yeah, he's come through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru in Lenexa a few times.
Might be a Lenexa guy.
Maybe he lives over that area, which is random too. Like, why are you living over there? But
because it's a great place.
I think I've told 4 people this story so far, and you're the first person. When I said, like, what's the best punchline for the person that can walk in? You're the only person that got it even remotely close to.
Dude, for whatever reason, I don't even know how to explain this, but I had a feeling Jackson Mahomes was involved when he started the story. I was going to say that no matter what you prompted me
Really?
with. Yeah, I don't know why.
You just felt it.
I was going to say that no matter what. It was just
That's
odd.
crazy.
I was like, I nailed that. That's what that is wild.
Yeah,
though.
we got it. It was almost like there's no way. There's no way. Because everyone makes fun. Like Jackson Mahomes, you've had a TikTok or an Instagram reel go viral where you make fun of Jackson Mahomes.
Oh yeah, he's the punchline of one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, 500,000 people knew him well enough to like that video.
It was like, out of all places for me to be and for Jackson Mahomes to be, we're here 3 feet away from each other, just sitting in a steam room.
That's awesome.
It was wild. So there you go. Yeah, that was the story, I think, on our Colorado trip where I was like, I haven't told anybody the story yet.
Oh.
Because initially I was going to text all the Chiefs guys like, you won't believe this. But I was like, no, I want to wait and like get Jake's reaction.
And now they really won't. You're like, guys, 3 weeks ago, I ran into Jackson. I was
Sure
like,
you did.
Why are you
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
us now?
Anyway.
That's cool. That's I can't top that. Rachel had a friend who got engaged this past weekend, and so we went to like the Crossroads Hotel, like rooftop bar or whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, Rachel, you've been here before? She's like, yeah, I've been here once. I saw Jackson Mahomes here one time. So
There you go.
you and Rach.
So maybe it's like, there's a How I Met Your Mother episode where people are like, I've seen Regis Philbin before. And everyone's like, everyone's seen Regis Philbin. It's like, everyone thinks that like they're popular or they're cool for seeing
Because
like a celebrity, but it's like, no, Regis is everywhere. It's kind of like Jackson Mahomes. Like,
Yeah, and we don't have that many celebrities, and he's pretty easy to spot.
he's pretty easy to spot.
6'5".
Yeah. Timon, you ever seen Jackson Mahomes?
No, not yet.
Vegas, we'll see way better than that.
Way better. Way better.
We'll see way better than that.
Oh, way cuter. Yeah. Micah Butte. Shout out Micah Cute.
Micah cute. I saw that we have 4 advertisers today, so maybe just rattle off the next one. I'm a big fan of Cozy Earth.
Oh, brother.
Even recently, I feel like I had a what's it called? An experience
Okay.
when you do something in life. Would that be the word?
I would say that's the word.
I fell asleep on the couch one night. I think this is last week when I was home by myself and woke up in the middle of the night just sweaty. Didn't like how sweaty I felt.
Ugh.
And so I'm Googling like woke up sweaty meaning. And it's just like, of course, Google says it could really be just about anything. You know, it's like, were you stressed before bed? Did you drink a lot of water before bed?
Mm-hmm.
Are you too hot? Did you recently see Jackson Mahomes? Like, no, my friend did though. I'm going to Vegas soon. But what I realized, I was like, wait, there's a common denominator here. The last time I took a nap on the couch, I also woke up sweaty. And what it is because I'm not using Cozy Earth sheets.
Yes.
I really think this is it. Like when they say like their brand is like, yeah, they have like cooling sheets and like body, I don't even know how they word it sometimes, but like,
whatever. Moisture wicking. I don't know if that's it either.
I'll go look it up. But anyway, those sheets are just not, you wake up the right temperature. You wake up wanting to go back to bed.
Breathable.
Breathable.
Uniquely soft. Only gets softer with every wash.
I mean, they are just great. I really, really, really do not enjoy sleeping without Cozy Earth sheets.
The problem is that their price is 100% of what you have to pay.
Really? That doesn't seem right.
Wait a second. If I go to cozyearth.com/Ghostrunners, I can get 40% off.
40 is a lot.
Whoa, baby. Yeah, I'm looking at, if you go to cozyearth.com/Ghostrunners, you can see some of our fall favorites. And one of the ones that, I mean, obviously that we love is their bed sheets. And I'm looking here, I'm counting 15 different colors, including some limited editions. I really like
the bamboo duvet cover. They have so many colors.
Dude.
That's a lot of duvet cover.
They got some good stuff here. They got sheets, which I think are the best investment for what you can get. But everything I've ever gotten from Cozy Earth has been amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think I want their shirt as bad as I want their sheets, though.
That's a good word. Like, I love their clothes. I honestly sleep in a lot of their clothes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the bedding, if you're looking for good, just like investment, that's where you're going to spend a third of your life.
Yeah. And you can literally divide it by 365. They have 10-year warranty. Like, you can divide it by 3,650 and you'll know how much you're paying per day for this bed sheet. Like it is totally worth the money for the high quality bed sheets. It's cozyearth.com. Use our promo code GRKC or just go to cozyearth.com/ghostrunners. That also helps just with the analytics and them seeing that we're going there. So even if you're not going to order, just peruse by going to cozyearth.com/ghostrunners and you'll be convinced, I think.
You'll be cool.
Yeah.
And you'll be cool.
Great. Hey, Christmas is coming, guys.
What's that mean?
It means get some good gifts from Cozy Earth.
Oh, thought you'd like moved on.
No,
all right, so that's Cozy Earth. Second of all, I want to say Christmas is coming. So go to Cozy Earth. I'm still on that.
Yeah. So anyway, cozyearth.com/ghostrunners. Check them out. Okay, so Friday night, my kids and I, specifically the older kids, we call them. Do you know which ones those are?
Yep.
We went to something at church called the Family Blitz.
Ooh.
What would that be?
Family Blitz. Family Blitz.
Family Blitz. Family Blitz. What song is that?
I don't know. I'm glad you knew what I was talking about, though. Ballroom Blitz.
Ballroom Blitz. Yeah.
For a second, I thought I was singing the wrong song because there's another song with Blitz. It's in the song. It's in the movie Accepted. I'm pretty sure it's in a ton of movies. Blitzkrieg Bop. Might be cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah. Blitzkrieg Pop.
Pop.
Blitzkrieg Pop. Yeah. Blitzkrieg. Yeah. Ramones. Anyway, Family Blitz. It was a fun night. I don't have that many crazy things. Yeah, good job, Jake. I don't have that many crazy things to say about it, but basically it was, first of all, free Chick-fil-A. So I was like, Catherine, I should probably take the kids to this. Second of all, the kids got to do a Kansas City birthright, in my opinion, which is to meet
Jackson in the steam room.
On the same page, to meet Casey Wolf.
Oh, that's nice.
The mascot for the Chiefs. He was there.
Dan Mears?
I don't think so.
This is the new Wolf.
It was probably just like the appearance Wolf.
Yeah.
He did not take off the helmet.
I found out that at the lottery gig I did a few weeks ago, Dan Mears spoke right before I did. Like before the happy hour.
How much time did he have?
I don't know.
Probably twice as long as you.
Maybe.
Because he needed it? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I love Dan Mears. He's Casey Wolf, the main guy that plays Casey Wolf is like the man. Like every time I've ever listened to him speak, I've cried. Like he's like the freaking man. Anyway, he's got a great story and
went to church with my grandparents and Gunner's parents.
That's fun. Raytown Baptist? Raymore?
Yeah. It's something over there.
Something. RBC. Anyway, so got to meet Casey Wolf. They were so pumped. We took a picture with them and everything.
That's nice that they're not scared of mascots. Because I feel like there is an Asian kids where they think they want Snoopy, and then Snoopy gets close, they freak out.
It sounded like you said there is Asian kids.
There's like State Farm Asian kids.
You know, like Dragon Ball Z.
Anime?
Hello Kitty. I don't know. Yeah. There is it was one of those things. Yeah, I think that maybe Bo at first didn't want to like get too close to him, and then luckily they've each hung out with Slugger at the Royals game before.
Good.
So it's a little, we get Gateway Slug. But anyway, met up with Casey Wolf, took a picture. It was really sweet. And then they had this like program thing with, it was like kind of like Nickelodeon type, like,
okay,
not slime, but kind of like those kind of games where it's like
Chick-fil-A sauce,
whatever. And it was just really fun. It was one of those times where it was just like, my kids are getting a little bit older and these things are really fun to take them to. Like they split the room up into two teams. It was we were on the jellyfish.
Okay.
And the other there's funny two funny names. The jellyfish, decent name. The other team's name was the mosquitoes.
Oh, that's not as fun.
Would you want to be on the mosquitoes team?
You're just like a pest, just like annoying.
Yeah.
Like or not mutually, just unanimously disliked.
Yeah, unanimously like not like what's the benefit of mosquitoes in the world?
If you love West Nile, you'll love mosquitoes.
Yeah. If you don't like people very much, like maybe.
I thought you were going to say it was just like, it wasn't even an animal. It's like we had the jellyfish and the Democrats. I thought that was weird.
I didn't understand it. It was Southern Baptist. So no, it was it was great. And so the whole time, like every time the games are going on, we're rooting for the jellyfish. And at first like Bo's just kind of clapping along. And by the end of it, he's like, fist pumping, jellyfish.
He's ready for camp, dude.
Yeah. It was so sweet and so fun. And every time one of the teams got a point, the points were represented by those like rubber chickens.
Okay.
And so they ran out to the crowd and like, who wants to hold this rubber chicken? You know, every time Bo's raising his hand, never got picked or anything, but it was just a fun thing. It was also one of those things where it was like, it's so easy for me, and I'm sure you too, to like critique, like I could
entertainment.
Because
Yeah.
of course, like the whole time I'm like, how much do you think they paid for this? Like, and how much should I do this? Do I need to be putting this on? Because this would be a really fun job. But also, do I want to travel all over the world and do kids games for the rest of my
And do
life?
Family Blitz.
Family Blitz. Also kind of sounds like the Gatorade commercial. Oh, work. Family Blitz.
You're hired.
Yeah. The guy did do what's it called when you stand there and then jump up and touch your toes?
Split jump.
He did a split jump at one point. He looked like me and he did a split jump.
He looked like who?
Me.
Oh, like
He was a big boy.
Sometimes people shaped like that can do it. We had a guy named Amon at SBU. He was our nose guard, defensive tackle, could do a backflip.
Really?
Yeah. It was perverse to see.
It's like, Amon, stop it.
Got some witchcraft going on.
Yeah,
I don't know how you did that.
I don't want to know what you did to make that happen. All right. So yeah, but they were fun. He did a good job and it was awesome. And the night ended with ice cream. Kids didn't know about it. And we went and ate it on our little back of my truck. And it was a sweet moment.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun night. What would you say the graph looks like? Like the x-axis is like the age of your kids and
There's
them
the
getting older.
X-axis.
And then the y-axis is like enjoyment level of like you bringing them something. Like, is it a bell curve? Like it gets better and then it gets worse again? Or is it only going to get better?
It might be awesome. It might be a little bit of a bell because like when they're 6 weeks old, they're basically vegetables.
I was going to say, the first couple of years, probably not a ton of things you can really take them to or have fun with them at.
Well, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
it gets fun.
But it's pretty easy. Like newborns, they sleep through anything. So you can take them I can take them to a movie when they're 6 weeks old. And they'll just.
So this is like almost a reverse bell curve.
It's like a real steep down. Yeah. Because then eventually they get personality.
From like 6 months to
preferences and
30 months.
Yeah. Like year and under, like flying with the kids were usually pretty easy because they would hopefully just sleep the whole time. But like 2 years, I think 2 years old is the hardest time to fly with a kid because it's like they are too uneasy to like, really just sit still. But you don't want to just like shove a screen in front of their face the whole time.
Yeah.
I
had I'm going to guess 3 or 4 year old sitting behind me on the way to Phoenix and just nothing the mom could do. Felt bad for him, but the little girl was just throwing a tantrum. Yeah. I don't want my seatbelt. I felt bad. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I could sleep through it because I got Shawn Mendes, but it stinks for these other people.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a little bit of but it gets so fun. Like, but then again, Rosie would be fun there too. I think it would just be a little less time. Like, I think Rosie could last for 30 minutes. Like Bo near the end was getting wiggly. I go, Bo, you have ants in your pants. He literally like looked down at his shorts. He's like, I do. And I'm like, that's a saying.
Who put ants in my pants?
Because he was sitting on my lap and he was just moving around the whole time. I was like, just sit still.
A couple beetles, but no ants.
And then, Hattie just had a blast the whole time and was easy. I think it's always like a risk reward kind of thing or like a opportunity cost because of like, we didn't get home till 9 o'clock that night. Usually Bo goes to bed 8 o'clock at the, 8:30 at the latest. And so therefore I'm like, let's hope this is worth, this time because tomorrow losing might, it be a little bit of a risk here. But it was awesome. I was really thankful for our church for putting it on and letting us come for free to,
Family Blitz.
It was awesome. So shout out to Family Blitz. I'm trying to think of any other things that were funny. If the adults ever cheated, they would do something called poof.
Why would the adults cheat?
I don't know, but that's the guy. The guy was like, I swear, because the whole idea was like supposed to get like parents and kids involved. And he's like, I swear the kids never cheat, but sometimes the adults don't always obey the rules. And if you see an adult cheating, you say poof or something. And this one girl, she was the captain of the jellyfish.
Yeah, head jelly.
I think she said something like, jokingly, she was like, you should. I don't know. Like, I don't remember what it was. Like, do something really harmless to the other team once the time ran out or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's cheating. It's time to poof. And they took a big, like, pillow kind of thing and put it in baby powder, I guess.
Oh,
and
wow.
just poofed it all over their face.
Oh, wow.
And after the first one, the kids were excited about the poof. Bo's like, poof! So
The poof's fun.
anyway, yeah, it was a great time. But
That's cool.
Failing Blitz, yeah.
Timon, what have you been up to? I know one thing.
Yes?
Sorry, just thought of this. Some ghosty found you got cast for something.
I wrote this down.
Oh yeah, it's like so I've been in a couple musicals with this guy Justin Rizzo before.
Riz?
Like
the Riz.
worship leader guy in Kansas City
Rizzler.
who's done like some musicals, but he's just doing like a different stage, like Christmas show type thing. And the thing is, it includes some songs that he wrote for this other musical. So he's like, want to come back and sing for young Jesus? So yeah, I'll be young Jesus.
So you didn't even read the
Christmas show.
audition. You got like,
No, it was just like, want to come back?
want to come back?
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah,
How many
that'll be
shows is
fun.
it?
I think just like 2 shows.
And you're singing for young
December-
Jesus.
Whatever weekend is in the middle of December.
Okay.
And so I'm singing. It's like I think what the show is kind of supposed to be like a proof of concept that this guy wants to do.
Shark Tank.
This guy kind of wants to have a show at like some like Museum of the Bible in like DC or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
sweet.
He wants to like ultimately get there, and then maybe he's like, this is kind of almost a pitch
That's sweet.
of the idea. So it's like more of a low budget. Like I don't think there'll be much of like a set or like, I think it's mainly kind of a
How good's the
song,
story? How good's the
song
music?
and like whatever performance. So I think that's what it is. Anyway,
so are
Russell
you
Brand.
on stage? Or are you singing from behind the stage as...
I will be on stage.
Okay.
I think it'll be like everyone's dressed in black. Like there'll be like kind of a row of microphones.
Lifehouse.
Step up, come back, whatever. Just like a more abstract type thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I think
Fun.
I'll still be kind of acting with like my upper body. I think is the plan.
Sweet. I'll come watch.
Cool.
I realize
I think it's free. to
December
come to.
13th and 14th. I'm looking at the.
I'd say that's middle of December.
Yeah.
Timon, will you put this on the screen for people to watch real quick? This graphic. First of all, somebody needs to write us if people deem this blasphemous, don't write it. But somebody needs to write some kind of jingle where it starts with Timon is young Jesus. Kind of like Akon and Young Jeezy.
Yeah, I see.
Timon and Young Jesus.
Trying to take it easy.
Yeah.
I think that there's a song that starts that.
Yeah.
Soul Survivor, I think, is that song. I'm a soul survivor. Which we're back to being spiritual soul. So the
Soul.
song is still called Soul Survivor.
Soul Survivor.
It's just some words are changed.
SOUL or SOL? Either.
I don't know. It could be about Nike.
Okay, but you have the graphic on the screen now for anybody to look.
Yes, it's on there.
Jake, go ahead and look at it with me. I believe, just quick glances here. So we got Nathan.
There's Rizzo.
Nathan Cantrell as Jesus, John Rizzo as Satan. Let's go ahead and be honest real quick. Those two roles need to be switched around right now.
Wait, which one?
Jesus and Satan need to be recast.
Oh my
for each
gosh,
other.
yes. Jesus looks like a skinhead.
Yeah. Jesus looks like
He looks like a neo-Nazi.
Jesus looks like the guy. Yeah, you do not like.
In every movie or show where they are in a prison, there's like, all right, so you got to join up. There's the blacks, there's the Mexicans. You don't want to mess with the white supremacist. Look who's in charge.
Yeah.
It's Nathan Cantrell.
I'm just saying.
Nathan, if you somehow found this, I know you're a very nice guy. And
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, it's a play. It's a play. He's got like this. He's got like this look to him that's like, yeah, I'd believe that guy's a mean Satan.
Really, what it is I
And
think
John Rizzo looks like if Jesus trimmed his beard. If Jesus lived in 2024, he would look like John Rizzo.
in America.
Sure.
Nathan Cantrell also, I don't have it in front of me anymore, but is he the only black and white photo?
John Rizzo, also black and white.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just weird. He's bald and he's black and white. So I think it makes him look extra scary.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a really, really good guy, and I doubt you have anything to do with the Nazis or the white supremacist group.
he's a police officer, actually.
Hey.
So watch out. Be careful. Be careful.
Hey, back to blue, Nathan. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just saw that. First of all, I think it's so funny that it says Timon Imps, young Jesus. It's just so funny. Like
Young
without
Jesus.
context, I just was scrolling through Facebook. I saw that. And then, yeah, looked at Nathan Cantrell because Nathan's got like this black and white picture. He's got like pretty dark, like looking eyes. And then John, and kind of like the sly smile, like kind of like an evil smile. Whereas John Rizzo's just let the children come to me down there in the corner. Switch them up, man. So shout out to everybody. Go to One Found Worthy, a Christmas musical, live on stage, December 13th and 14th. You can get your tickets, or maybe you don't even need tickets. OneFoundWorthy.com.
Yeah.
That's a free ad.
I think we can say whatever we want
as long
if
as
you
we
plug them
promote
at the
it.
end.
Yeah.
You know what's about? I discovered every now and then I'll listen to Daniel Tosh's podcast, and I missed some weeks. So I think he started doing something when I wasn't listening, and now I'm trying to piece it together. But I think what he started doing is every week at the end of his podcast, he just chooses a random event in the United States going on and just plugs it.
Oh, fun.
So he was just like, all right, we found this event in Ohio. It's called Bowling for Bullying. It's at this bowling alley this night. It looks like it's $10. Okay, $12 gets you nachos and a drink. $7. Anyway, I'm like, that sounds like something we would have done.
Yeah,
that's such a good
great.
idea. Just plug over just a random event you have no connection to.
Oh,
but we do
my
random
gosh.
plays.
Yeah.
Nathan Kid Troubleshooter, you're a great guy. Anyway, Timon. So you got that going on. What else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I went to Illinois this past weekend. I'm always going to Illinois.
Yep.
This one was kind of more spontaneous. Some people from my church were going to like a Sunday school thing, and I was like, I'll just hitch a ride and hang out with my cousin Andrew. So did that. That was fun. The people we rode with had this just like 9-passenger van, but it's just like this huge, it's like high ceiling. There's like a TV.
Yeah.
There's like the seats can like swivel around.
Oh.
It was so
Wait,
fun.
they own this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's not that. I think it's like a Ford Transit, but just like a taller model.
Yeah.
Maybe a Ford Transit like Explorer. I don't know what it is, but it was awesome.
I've ridden in a few of these. Every now and then it's like, hey, it doesn't make sense to fly from Boston to Philadelphia, so we're just gonna like drive. We're just gonna do Sprinter van. It's not bad.
Loved it. I was like,
Yeah.
if I ever, this is how I want a road trip from now on. It was so fun.
Yeah.
So did you swivel in the chairs?
Yeah. So it was like the
Thunderation?
two,
You lived.
like there's the two front seats, and the two seats behind that can like turn around. So we had those turned around. So it was like the four in the middle were just like kind of all facing each other, which was fun. Yeah, it was great. And then there's like 3 back seats.
Fun.
Yeah, it was
That is
great.
cool.
And we
Did
just like
you-
watched like 3 movies. It was so fun.
Did you end up finding one to play pickleball with?
No, not any ghosties. But
Ghosties.
That was a sad post, Timon.
that
You
was
had like
sad.
2
I got-
likes on
I
it.
got, like,
I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I was like,
man.
hey, Jake liked it. I think it got like 12
Jake
likes.
and Steve Triplet liked it. That's about it.
I think like 3 or 4 of the likes were just people that knew me, like my cousins who wouldn't be able to play, but just were like, I'll support this post. Anyway, it was fun. It was actually turned out great because at the courts we went to, there were these 2 guys that had no one else to play with.
Oh.
And they were like, it was like a perfect match. It was like we ended up playing 7 games. They won 4, we won 3. It was awesome.
You won the 7-game series. That's fun. There could be a sketch in there. It's like when you find the perfect scenario. We only have 2.
Yeah.
You go to the courts. We only have 2. What skill level are you? I'm 4.0
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Like you're like elevating and it's like, this is going to be the best day ever.
Pizza, yes or no? Oh, dude, love pizza. I knew it, dude. We got to play together.
That's crazy. All right, we're in.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Cool, Timon.
I just now noticed that Naomi Rizzo and John Rizzo. Naomi Rizzo's playing Mary. John Rizzo's playing Satan.
Oh,
Did not know they were married.
They're brother and sister-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Naomi Rizzo is the director, Justin Rizzo's wife.
What are they trying to say theologically there?
I met a Naomi a couple weeks ago. You think it's the same one?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know.
Was she singing?
No.
Okay. Probably not then.
Is she singing?
Was she singing when she met you?
Any singer?
Any? Good Ranchers is back.
I just went to goodranchers.com
What for?
to look at all their different options, dude.
You gonna buy some meat right now?
Dude,
Thinking about placing an order?
I love meat. I love meat.
Yep.
I love meat. We have been enjoying.
I love meat. I love meat.
Hey, home buddies, I love meat. Go to goodranchers.com. I love meat. Hey. Oh man. Dude. Yeah, this new grill has really, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Do you mind if I say it? Really reinvigorated my love for meat.
RVG.
Yes, dude.
Congrats.
It's
I
just so
love when
good.
I drive by and I see the smoke up.
We just Sunday, just top tier. Catherine did a little marinade for some chicken thighs, like fajita marinade. I grilled them on the grill. It felt like I was at a place that serves burrito bowls.
Nax food truck.
Goodranchers.com is where I was thinking I was. So probably shouldn't give other brands out for,
I hate those guys.
but yeah, they have meat, they have chicken, they have pork, they have fish, seafood, I think is what they like to call it. And it's all good. I made burgers the other night for the kids. then went on a date night with Catherine, came home, no burgers left. You know why? Because they're so good. The Wagyu bee.
Got eaten.
Wagyu bee was good.
The presidential promo is still running. So if you use GRKC, you're going to get $25 off your first box, free express shipping, and a free add-on in every box of yours for the next 4 years. So you can choose between boneless chicken breast, Angus ground beef, applewood smoked bacon, or wild caught salmon. Pretty good deal.
Yes.
It's a one-time code that gets you something free for 4 years straight. Pretty nice.
What else do you want from us, guys? We're bringing you the highest quality meat straight from America.
To your door.
No hormones added, no vaccines in there. No, nothing but good, high quality meat. No GMOs.
Just free market, just American anti-communism meat.
Jeez, dude. The king cut box, thick cut bone and ribeyes, filet mignons, New York strip. My gosh, guys.
Talk to me.
Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
All right, guys. Well, goodranchers.com. Use our promo code GRKC for that that deal. Add-ons for 4 years. Wild. So, all right. I got nailed. Dare I say, nailed in the head by a belt sander the other day.
Interesting.
How do you think I did that?
It slipped.
Look up belt sander first of all.
Yeah, let me look up belt
It's
sander.
not your average sanding block, Jake. It's a big boy.
Oh, this is large. This is not a handheld tool.
I'm talking 22 and a half pounds mini.
Oh no, this is a handheld tool.
It's a handout tool.
I'm getting multiple.
For you, you're strong.
Thanks.
I think
I do cold plunges.
I think Bo would have a hard time holding his hand.
Yeah, this is a serious thing here.
Yep.
You got hit in the head with it. You were in a tornado.
I still have a bump on my head from it, I bet.
It seems like it would take a tornado to lift this off the ground.
It would take a tornado or a person named Brad. Yeah, so Saturday, Catherine and I were decided like, hey, let's like do like a pretty good clean out of stuff, get ready for winter a little bit.
To be organized.
Yeah, basically, maybe it was honestly like subconsciously motivated by that. Yeah, I was taking some tools that I don't use very often up into my attic of my shop, and I had this open box full of tools, and I was like pushing the box up this ladder as I'm crawling or climbing up it, and all of a sudden the ladder like catches on one of the steps, all of a sudden the box catches on one of the steps of the ladder and just flips up, and this sander just nails me in the head.
Jeez,
all
dude.
of it like falls on me like halfway up a ladder. I wanted to say some words, and Rosie was right there, so I just go, like I have cuts on my like legs from it and everything. It was rough. And then I walk out to like the driveway, just like trying to walk it off, and I look at Bo, and he's just like bawling on the deck. I'm like, what's going on with you? What's wrong, buddy? I'm like writhing in pain. He's like, my sword won't tuck into my chaps. I was like, okay, let me help you with that.
I get it.
But it was just a rough. It was one of those times where it's like I would have loved to see how Three Stooges-esque that was, where I'm just like pushing this box up a ladder, and then it just flips open like on top of each other and just all falls on me.
And you're on a ladder. That's no fun.
Yeah, because then it's not like I can just be like, like I had to like
Quickly move out of the way.
calmly crawl back down the ladder before, struggling.
Belt sander okay?
Belt sander's fine. Trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace if anybody wants to buy it.
Anybody? Comes with some granola.
Just take it, man. Yeah.
Just get it out of here. Thanks.
How did the to be organized reveal go?
Oh, it was great. I need to post something on my story or to my Instagram, something like that, because Rachel knew the whole time. She's like, I told her she's not allowed to come home. It's a surprise. If you need something from the house, let me know. I'll bring it to you. And I was trying to throw her off the scent, maybe what the surprise could be. Come to find out, Rachel thought the surprise was a puppy. Oh, she was really convinced it was a puppy.
That's the danger you take with like open-ended surprises. That then they get their hopes up with something else.
Oh, it was fine. This was way better than a puppy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great.
That's fun though. Just thought it.
So she comes home Sunday afternoon, and I meet her out in the yard, and I blindfold her, and then I take her inside, tried to spin her around a few times. Turns out you still kind of know where you're at in your own home. So she knew where she was. So I was like leading her back to her closet to start. So I took off the blindfold, and yeah, I have like a video of it, but yeah, she was just freaking out. Like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then just like kept walking around the house. This is amazing. It just keeps going. It's also organized. Oh my gosh, I have a dresser. It's color coordinated. It's all folded. Well, look at this. Oh my gosh, you found this. And anyway, she was floored by it. She didn't shut up about it for 3 days. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah, so
it was worth it.
They color coordinated?
That was all the clothes. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
They just really get shown just how much more space you have in your home. I mean, like, I bought an extra clothing rack and kept it in the guest bedroom because I thought I needed that for all my clothes. And now that clothing rack is not even being used. Like, it's just like, you could fit way more in your closet than you think you need to. Here's a little tip.
Okay, yeah, give us some tips.
Hangers, like just like plastic, just like typical like cheap hangers. They're like very circular plastic, like white hangers. Those take up like twice as much space as like the very thin non-slip hangers. So you can get way more clothes on a rack just by minimizing the width of your hanger.
Wow.
I never thought about that.
Wow. Okay.
Because I think I prefer like the cheap plastic hangers.
Because you can yank it off.
Yeah, I can yank. But if it gets me twice as much room in my closet.
So that like they didn't remove a bunch of clothes. They just like changed the hangers?
Yeah, there was not a single item of Rachel's that was like tossed out, donated, anything.
Sure, because you don't know what to toss out.
Yeah, I was like, just keep it all. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, she has so much room in her closet now. It's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Any other like organizational systems that they did that you're like, yeah, that's a good one for people to know about? Because I like this kind of stuff. I like hearing about it.
It's nice having, maybe I talked about this last week, but it's not just like a one-time fix. It's like kind of like they're setting us up to continue to be organized. Like things have spots, things have containers, they have labels on them. Like it should be easy to maintain.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which is nice. Like, oh, we have this goes here. So at the current state, I'm pretty motivated. Like I'm keeping up with laundry, I'm keeping up with dishes because they all have a spot,
Yeah.
It's nice. So we'll see how long that lasts. But no, it feels great. I can't think of anything else like the hangers. It's like anyone can like use this organizational hack.
Okay.
It's tough to find things in the kitchen because they redid it a little bit. So if you're really like particular about how you have your kitchen, maybe be more involved. Rachel and I don't care. It's kind of fun.
Sure.
Hey, where's this glass? I don't know. I'll race you. Race you to find it. You can get used to anything. So, no, it was good. I'm very glad I did it.
Yeah.
And Rachel is so stoked and just like, she's like, this is such a great gift because I literally could not do this myself. Like, yes, it seems like anyone could do this. You have enough time. She's like, I could not have done this.
Really?
I would have never been able to do this. So this is great that they did it.
And it's so nice. Like once you start with it completed, it's so much easier to maintain than it is to like, obviously it took them, they were there a third day.
3 full days.
Yeah.
To do a pretty small house.
Yeah.
And they didn't like organize the garage. They didn't like organize the living room. It was like 2 closets, 2 bedrooms in the kitchen.
Yeah. Which you didn't have
and
much
the podcast
in the living
studio.
room to do.
No, not really. I don't know what they would have
furniture,
done.
But
So yeah, it's cool. My dad was upset at me for telling him I was doing all this while he was on speakerphone with my mom. He was just like, now mom's going to be expecting an organizer at our house. He was joking too. I think most moms are like this. He's like, if I hired an organizer, he said mom would spend 2 weeks cleaning it for them.
Right.
He's like, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell her we've got like an organizer and a cleaner coming to the house. And then she'll just clean it and organize it herself. Oh. And no person has actually come into the house like, hey, November 7th, we got somebody coming.
I don't know. They keep postponing. So yeah, I guess we'll have to
have it clean.
Yeah.
I don't know when they're coming.
I think I talked about that, not that specifically, but the idea of like, you should have people over to your house, host people at your house every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just to like motivate you a little bit more to like, let's clean up a little bit like extra right now.
Yeah.
Like, even when my parents come over, it's like, hey, let's clean up like what that's been there for, 5 days now. Let's get that out of here kind of thing. So, anyway, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks. You guys around this weekend?
I'm not, sadly.
No, of course you're not. Timon.
Oh, let me guess. Illinois.
No.
Let me guess.
Florida. Dark horse.
No. Timon's Hiawatha.
No.
Some
St. Louis.
Taylor, Missouri. Close to Illinois.
Okay.
It's like 4.5 hours or 4 hours away. Okay. Just for like a church young people weekend thing.
Young people weekend thing.
Yeah.
Young people weekend. YPWT.
YPWT. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm around. I can't remember for sure, but I'm definitely not going anywhere. I'm going to Hawaii on Wednesday.
Are you really?
For Dad's on Maui.
Oh yeah.
So that's
why
we need to record on Tuesday. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, that's greght though. You leave Wednesday, me and Timon leave Thursday. Both heading west.
No one steal anything from our houses.
Houses.
Okay.
I saw Judah and the Lion. I'm decent fans of them. Not a huge fan, decent fan. But he put something on a story. He's like, hey, looking for pickleball players. I'll trade you for tickets or something. I don't know.
Pickleball players
Like just
general?
to play with when he's on tour.
Oh, cool.
DM'd him, haven't heard back. But I was like, even if we don't get free tickets, Rachel, we should just go. So
To the concert? Or
yeah, he's in town this Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So.
Is it Judah and the Lion?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm probably like you, like where I'm like I like them.
I like
I'm
some of their songs.
But then again, I don't keep up. I don't know if I've kept up with anybody though.
Yeah.
Like even Need to Breathe, who I really like. I think they have a new album that I haven't really listened to ever. You know?
Yeah, I could be better. I will be better.
Is there anybody that you're like, I know up to date their full catalog of everything pretty well?
I would say anyone who's dead, I can keep up with it. Like Michael Jackson,
Fair.
Elvis Presley. I know all their new stuff. I don't know though. No, I'm not a big music guy.
Like I was just thinking about that. Like I really like John Mayer. I really like Need to Breathe. I like Mute Math even, but I'm like, but I haven't listened to their new stuff in a long time. Drew Holcomb even. Like I like him, but I don't know his new stuff versus old stuff very well. I don't know. I think that's just and so I'm like, can I really say I'm a big fan of them if I go to their concert and don't know half the songs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like because
That's probably what it'll be. I'll know like half of them.
like I loved their old I think it was maybe their first album. I like really liked it. But yeah, now I'm like, I haven't really listened to his worship stuff very much. You know that?
No.
I did listen to one song and it's got Caleb Chapman, who's the Colony House drummer.
Oh, nice.
And or maybe he's the singer. I don't know. Whatever it was. It's a really cool one. So
Okay, I got a couple days to freshen up.
yeah, if he plays that one. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know.
So when you're gonna go to that for sure?
Not for sure, but maybe. Just an idea.
Royals are playing on Saturday.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
At home?
No. New York.
Still fun. Yeah, Royals made the playoffs. Limped their way to the playoffs, but then won the wild card.
Yeah, baby. It's exciting. Exciting time. What if the Royals win the World Series and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl?
No one would like Kansas City. They would get pretty tired of us.
Yeah, do you think like there's like hatred that spills over from the NFL to the MLB? Because like the Royals, I think they were the first. I don't know if it was the first team, but like they lost 100 games last year, which is like really, really bad. Like one of the worst seasons they've ever had. And then this year they're in the playoffs, which is unbelievable. They're one of the first teams to do something like that. I don't know exactly what the stat is. And so do you think like, but people are going to be like, well, I don't want them to win because they're from Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much spillover probably. Although I did see some spillage from just the city of Baltimore because we keep knocking them out of the playoffs.
I do feel bad for Baltimore. Yeah, they keep having promising seasons that just go down the tubes.
Healing Waters International. We got to talk about them this episode real quick.
Okay, if I go to give.healingwaters.org/Ghostrunners.
That would be a great place to start.
Okay. Safe water changes everything, they say.
Really?
Yeah. When you partner with Healing Waters, you share in the legacy of impacting children and adults for generations to come. Every dollar you give brings safe, clean water to children, mothers, and entire communities. Thank you, Ghosties, for your incredible generosity. Your gift truly makes a difference. We have been partnering with them for a long time. And like we said in the last week's episode, we went and got to hang out with them in Colorado, see what they're doing. And it truly is life-changing. Safe water changes everything. And we are partnering along with them alongside having this campaign where we're trying to bring safe water to the world. It's really cool. So.
And like we mentioned, we learned being there in person that they're bringing like first world solutions to kind of the third world problems kind of thing. Like it's not just like drill a well, give them a well, move on to the next village, hope the well never breaks, you know, and then you figure it out. You know, like this is like modern like sanitation, modern purification. Like these are very like, so to speak, like high-tech solutions to fix water problems. There's billions of people on the earth that don't have access to clean water, whether it's to wash their hands, to cook with, to clean with. And so Healing Waters steps in, and we are honored to partner with them. So check them out. Donate whatever you feel comfortable and led to donate. And
donate one time to Healing Waters.
We would all appreciate it.
Or recurring, yeah. Thank you. Give.healingwaters.org/Ghostrunners or check out our link in our description for more information. Oh man, I love Healing Waters. It's just fun. It's fun to I love all our sponsors so much. It's just fun to
it's easy.
Be sponsored by good people that we want to truly see succeed in a deeper way. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's see. I think the last thing I'll talk about this episode, saving some good stuff for next episode, leaving some meat on the bone for Wednesday.
Some Good Ranchers meat on the bone?
Little sneak preview, meat on the Good Rancher's bone next episode. I'm going to talk about a fun idea for our next Ghostrunners getaway.
Oh,
like our
okay.
next
Is this what
beach
I saw
vacation.
Steve Triplett comment about?
It's what he commented about.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I have a, dare I say, life-changing announcement next episode. Life-altering announcement.
Wow.
I don't need to say more. Just a big announcement.
Yeah.
Next episode. But for now, I was walking into Trey's house on Monday to go record Correct Opinions. Me and Derek get there at the same time. I'm walking in. He's walking behind me. He goes, dude, what's the matter? I was like, I don't think anything. I feel good. He's like, you're not injured? I'm like, no, I feel good.
Just walking with a limp, player.
Player, I know
What you
young
mean?
Jesus.
Go crazy, Scorsese. Come on.
Walking with the limp, player. That sounds like, I don't know, like some like NBA Street like sentence they would say.
Come on, player. You walk with a limp.
Yeah, it's like when you're selecting who you want to play with. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I select him, and he says, come on, player. Let's do this thing.
You want Zach attack? We gonna get to the Mac. It's like, what?
I don't
Yeah.
think people talk.
Yeah.
Anyway, he really doesn't leave it alone. I keep walking. He's like, no, man. Oh, he literally said, I wrote this down, ew, your ankle. So I've been very self-conscious ever since then. Like, I guess I walk in a way that looks like I'm injured and grosses people out to an extent.
Ew.
So,
Stop saying ooh, guys. Timon,
ew, your ankle.
stop saying ooh. That ooh.
So I've been trying to walk more.
Also, Derek's seen you walk a million times. So maybe you truly were just
I thought it was
Maybe
good.
he was like, ooh, your ankle.
ooh.
He caught a glimpse. He's like, ooh.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I'm glad you wore those.
Maybe it wasn't an ew.
Your
low
Achilles,
socks.
yeah.
Achilles. So yeah, just kind of funny. I've never been, obviously Derek is comfortable enough with me to be like, dude, something's wrong. But it was also funny, like, I think I'm good. I think this is just how I walk, which is a bummer. If other people start looking at my ankles from behind, I'm like a wounded duck.
No, that's weird, Derek. You're weird. You should have said something to him. Be like, hey, something wrong with your face? I don't know.
You get hit by a bus or a belt sander or something?
What do you get hit by a belt sander? You're just sad to see me right now. Like, yeah, just messing with them. Because
It was just a funny start to the podcast. I just 3 times, it's like in the Bible, I had to deny Derek 3 times. It's like, you're injured? No. You sure? Yeah. Ew, your ankle. Still no injury. Sorry.
ew, your ankle.
Oh, your ankle.
That's interesting.
Did he elaborate any more? Like,
What? Not specifics of the ankle. I think after the third one, he's like, I don't know.
just like,
Yes.
the way, but it was the way you were walking.
It was something with I was walking in front of him, and I guess he's just kind of like peeking at it. It's like, your ankle. Something's up. Something's off. It's kind of funny.
Derek, I miss Derek. He's great. We gotta
Yeah.
get him back on the
I texted
pod.
him yesterday asking about Correct Opinions setup.
Oh, really?
Realized it was like not as simple to get what they have, what you guys have.
Dude,
But
yeah, they got some high tech stuff.
Yeah.
because I was trying to think, I was
haven't-
like, how can we record in 4K somehow? Because like I just don't. I'm not a like huge fan of like the 1080p look or whatever.
Yeah, you get a
But
4K camera.
it's like they have like a bunch of
what? You get Black Magic.
These cameras can record in 4K,
I know, but not.
switcher.
Yeah,
which we should talk about that. Maybe it's time.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Put T on C.
I don't think so. No.
Let's watch him walk.
Let him walk.
Let him walk.
Let him walk.
Let them walk,
And if
test
you-
it out.
And if you can walk without looking injured,
What should we, if we get 100 people to come to Napanee, which is 17 more people, we'll put T on C.
we'll put T on C. If you don't know what that means, don't bother coming. Just
You
kidding.
can't afford it.
Yeah, it'd be fun because if we upgraded the switcher, that gives us. Wait, do we need to upgrade the
No, we-
switcher
we
for?
have-
No, we don't.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
probably
super
do.
easy to do.
No, we probably need to upgrade to a 4K one.
Okay, Tom,
Just
how
to get
about
a
you do
fourth
that?
camera.
Okay. You do it on your own dime.
yeah, we tell it later, but it'd be fun. I think there's room.
Yeah.
C here, T here.
But time it on camera? That guy would just put it on himself the whole time.
No,
What
dude,
if?
genuinely, I've thought about like I'm like I wouldn't ever like want to put it on myself. Be like, well, they're gonna say something important. I don't know.
Yeah.
You would just. I mean, at least you would anticipate when you're about
There'd
to
be
talk.
like 2 times an episode. I'd be like, oh, there's timing for 2 seconds. Hey, little Easter egg.
For s'mores, it would be nice.
That's true.
Ooh, let's do some spontaneous s'mores next episode again.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Timon and I are so good at that.
Oh yeah, we crushed.
Guys, maybe you'll be better this time.
Maybe we will.
Maybe should we give Timon a leg up and let him choose the exact...
No.
Yeah, Timon gets to choose.
No.
Because then there's more pressure on
Or
you.
Timon gets 1 minute
No,
to
that just
to
feels
Google.
like, oh, the poor guy. Just let him, give him a head start.
He's got a bad ankle.
Yeah.
All right, 100 people. We put T on C.
Put T on C.
Hun-
Put pen to paper.
Don't
put
look
T on
that
C.
up.
100 T to MSR. We put T
MSRT.
on C.
Yeah.
What's the MSRP? Cool. Shall we review of the week?
Let's do some reviews of the week.
I swear, if I go to chartable.com and it doesn't work again this week, I'm going to lose my... After a careful consideration, this is not the review, we've made the decision to sunset Chartable. Sunset means like kill off, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sunset sounds better than kill off.
I think it means just like let it ride off into the sunset. You know, like they do that?
Horses.
Yeah, Timon. All right. My 5-star review, Chick-fil-A lover, #bestpod. 5 stars. Best podcast ever.
What's the username and what's the title?
Username was that, Chick-fil-A lover, #bestpod. Title was best podcast ever. 5 stars was the number of stars they gave us.
Still can't follow.
Hey, Jake and Brad, love this podcast. Definitely the best one out there. As far as Christian character and good comedy go, I would most definitely recommend this podcast to all my friends and family. I'm starting from episode 1 and going through all of them. I'm on number 52. Although I haven't listened to all of it yet, I will because I love the pod and because y'all were hyping this particular episode up because it was your 1-year anniversary of the podcast. Hope this brings y'all back to the older episodes and good memories. Now, here's my real reason for leaving a 5-star review. My question is, what are any podcast tips, tricks, or recommendations? Because myself and 2 friends are trying to start a podcast. He says, I'm 13 as well as my friends. Anyway, I love the podcast. Sorry this has no inside jokes in it, but thought I'd ask your advice on starting a podcast since obviously y'all have been very, very successful. 2 varies. Very, very successful.
Dadgum.
Tips for starting a podcast?
I always tell people to be a guest on Correct Opinions.
Yes.
That helped us.
Really boosted us. Yeah, know this Christian, like clean comedian who has the very similar audience to you and lives in your town, and then get involved with him.
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not just being humble. I truly have no idea how to grow a podcast. Trey and I talk about it all the time because Ghostrunners and Correct Opinions both, like, they've had different, seasons or whatever, but for the most part, both podcasts have been the same. The whole time, they've never gone viral. They've never had a big spike, really.
Right.
Well, what you got to do for a big spike is like make some like ranking videos, and those will go viral. And you'll get
Timon,
way
those
more
did go
listeners.
viral. All right.
No, you'll get way more listeners from them,
And it'll
and a
trickle
lot
down.
of engagement.
Yeah, and just the social media followers.
Oh, and the
Oh,
money that
the
you make off those
money that you
million views.
Oh yeah, just
$6.
that. If you're in it for the money, that's the best probably way to go.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I missed the ranking videos, Timon. You know what? Maybe I bring them back.
Yep.
No, they're great. It was just funny how they like would do so well.
Oh, cool. A million
then-
views. Same people listening.
Yep.
Doesn't matter at all. You have to do a million views every
But
day
a lot of
for
people
a year.
love whatever country it was. What was that? Everyone was just
Poland,
like backing
I
up
think?
Poland. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I would say film it, make some clips out of it. I would do what Timon and his friends are doing. Start with only clips. See if you can dedicate yourself. Can I post a weekly clip? If you can't even do that, then it's going to be much harder to do a weekly podcast. Baby steps.
That's a good word.
It's hard to be consistent.
That's our main like piece of advice, I think, is be consistent. Whatever, no matter what, just put something out there, because when people get off the rhythm of listening to you, then it's just way harder to gain listeners than it is to lose them, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Like, and just in general, I think that's probably true, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the best answer, but I think being yourself has really helped us. Like, we've just tried our hardest to like, don't try too hard. Don't try to be too goofy if you're not being goofy feeling. Don't try to be too serious if you're wanting to be silly, whatever,
I'd say to anyone starting anything online, Instagram, TikTok, podcast, YouTube, even if it's not your job, it's just a hobby, you have to treat it like your job in the sense that, like, I'm dedicated. I'm going to post every Monday and Thursday or, whatever that schedule looks like, but you have to treat it like a job in a sense. Like, I can't not do it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're making no money off it, you have to be consistent.
Yeah. That's a good word.
Good luck with the correct opinions part.
And have fun. Yeah. Yeah. Ask Trey. He'll easily just let you come on.
Yeah.
That podcast's a joke. Don't let anybody on there. No.
I have a
Thank
review.
you for the review.
Oh, yes. Thank you. PKFTN. I think that stands for
I can't say it.
Pastors' Kids for the Nations. Oh.
Good for them. Healing water style.
Yeah. All the nations. The title says peanut butter. 5-star review. Adela heard Jake do it. I thought I was the only one who stirred their peanut butter really good to get it creamy and airy before spreading it. Biggest regret this year was not going to Branson. Sounded like a blast. Not the longest listener, but almost going on a year. Love what y'all put out every week. It cheers me up when the days are running into one another. Mm-hmm. That's fun. Like 4 sentences, all like 4 just separate thoughts, crammed to do a review. Really love that, Pastors' Kids for the Nations.
For the nations.
Thanks for that review. And pleased to know we spread our peanut butter the same.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty. People had some opinions on that, more than I thought.
Yeah, we were not too radical or opinionated when we discussed it, but people online are.
Alvaro putting cheese in his?
Yeah.
That's not
disgusting.
That's not real,
Can I give that an ew permission?
Yeah, because that's gross.
Ew.
That's actually gross. An ankle is not gross, ever.
I don't know.
Unless
how
it's
I
like
was walking.
purple or something.
Yeah. Or you have to eat it.
Or you're like a cannibal who doesn't love ankles.
Or it wasn't your first pick.
Oh, ask Timon, Jake.
Timon, how hot is it? Which
Sorry.
segment are we doing? No, I'm just kidding. Timon, would you like to end this episode with a jingle?
Phoenix in September 28th.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
No, sorry.
Good jingle.
Yes, I would.
Let me read
Good
something before you do that real quick, Timon.
Thank you, because I need time.
Shout out to my friend Casey. He was the best man at my wedding. We have not kept up, mainly my fault, as much recently. But he texted. This is a half-star or half review of the week, half-hearted. But he texted me. I've been meaning to text you. I've decided that your podcast is objectively very good.
Oh, Casey said that?
That's
really nice.
I keep getting behind on other stuff because I want to listen to Ghostrunners. And it's not just because we're buddies. It's creative and moves well. And he said, an example, and he says, Timon, Tieman. He's like, no idea how to spell it, so I did it definitively wrong. Timon jingle at the end of a recent one. I was so excited that it was an episode with a jingle. Also, Scott, his little 3-year-old, I think, interestingly laughs a lot at your podcast, I think, because y'all are laughing and I'm laughing, but it's really cute and sweet to me. It's fun to see you get to use your creativity that you used at camp, and you kind of inspired me to be more creative at my job, maybe. So shout out to Timon and his jingles. Here we go. Make it happen, Timon.
All right.
You want to get
Timon.
J, T on C for the J? Nah.
Nah, I don't care.
I'll record
I
him.
think I figured this out. Okay.
You want me to record you?
Yeah.
It should be going.
Okay. Timon, you
Last
dog.
note was rough, but
You dog.
that's a well-written. That's a fun jingle.
That is well written.
And a
Who
good
was that?
song.
Maddie D?
Shout it out.
Gotta
Timon.
be. No. Millie Criswell.
Millie C.
Millie Rock.
Shout out.
Millie Rock.
Millie Criswell. Yeah, good job, Millie. I like that name, Millie. Had an old aunt named Millie.
Old.
An old Nant.
I one of those old Nants.
Old Nance. I got Nance in my pants. Tommy, that was great.
Thanks.
That was awesome. Casey's gonna love it, man.
Casey, if I would have warmed up, I would have gotten the last one. It's fine.
Dude, there was a guy at Kennecott who said, I believed him, that he made it to the Hollywood in American Idol, like made it to like the next round.
yeah.
And we kept being, and he's like, yeah, I play guitar, I lead worship. And we kept being like, hey man, you want to lead worship?
Yeah.
And it was always early in the morning, he'd be like, I don't know, I haven't really warmed up my voice. And eventually I was like, this guy's a fraud.
He's scared.
This guy's scared.
Why doesn't he just warm it up and do it?
And then eventually, dude, he did play and he was unbelievable. And I was like, all of a sudden, kind of like I feel with Timon. I'm just like, okay, you win. You got it. You're good.
Dude, a very similar thing happened with Kyle in Phoenix. Like every time I played pickleball with him, he always like warms up. He'll like stretch and like run around, do calisthenics. I'm like, dude, it's pickleball. Come on.
Yeah, right.
But he's like basically a pro.
Yeah.
And yeah, then like once he warms up and everything, it's like, well, that was pretty good.
Right.
Can't really fault you for warming up.
Yeah.
You're better than anyone I've ever played against.
He like hits a few into the net right when he starts. He's like, dang, I got to get warm first. It's like, yeah, right, dude.
Yeah,
It's
figure it out.
pickleball.
I did make the mistake. We were shooting a video, so it was like me and Isaac versus him and Scott, but we moved their kitchen way back. So I was like, today we're going to see if 4.0s could beat 5.0s if they have a kitchen way further back. And then Scott was like, just FYI, Kyle's a 6.2. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I should have known that, I guess. He's way better than Scott. Okay, interesting.
Is there a ceiling to the number system?
I think you see people, Ben Johns might be in like the low sevens. That's maybe the ceiling-ish.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah,
But
Kyle's good.
it's not like 6.5 is perfect or 7 is perfect.
Yeah, it feels like it's like earthquakes.
Okay. I know a lot about earthquakes being from Kansas.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Go to our website to get some new merch. Go to our website to buy tickets for Napa Day.
Napane, depending on the previous rhyme.
I love that. Yeah.
Napane.
Anyway.
Napane Blitz. Napane Blitz.
All right, we love you guys. Go crazy.
Goes crazy. See you next Wednesday. Fun big update.
I can't wait.
Crazy.
Love you guys. Love you. Hey, love you, Catherine. Specifically. I love you more than anybody else.
Ghostrunners Podcast.